Hey guys, it's Chris,
I'm Hezekiah.
and we're from Abide Global, and we've got another Tech Tuesday here for you.
We're talking about the Brave browser. Is it the world's best browser?
Let's find out. All right, so here we are today, back at you for another Tech Tuesday, and we are talking about internet browsers. Specifically today, we're going to highlight Brave. Now, Hezekiah can show up a logo, but I think an honorable mention that I didn't have in our notes was it's got a cool logo. It's a lion, man. So, who can beat that, right? Firefox, okay, I'll give it to you. You guys are up there. It's pretty cool. But the lion logo is legit. So we have a few things that we're going to cover for you here. This is not an all deep dive kind of thing, just some high level points on what makes Brave an awesome browser. First up, compatibility. It's available on PC, Mac, iPhone, Android, your tablets, all of your devices that at least we've tested, and we have a lot, right?
Yeah.
Can all install Brave as an alternative browser or to completely replace your system's default browser. We can maybe cover that in another video. What else do we have?
Okay, so we have some of the main key features for this browser. We have a VPN, ad and tracker blocking, cryptocurrency built in so you can view your cryptocurrency, and they have their own currency that you could build. I think it's somehow reviewing ads or something like that.
Yeah.
But you build up their own currency, and you can trade it in for gift cards or trade it in and convert it to crypto and just put it in your cryptocurrency.
Totally. Yeah. So we may deep dive on more of these in a future video if you guys want us to. But some of the things that Hezekiah mentioned, I wanted to look at. If you go to www.brave.com, there's a table about it's about halfway down on the screen, and it's going to have a list of browsers in comparison to Brave that it'll show their features, what they do, maybe what they do a little bit, and then what they don't do at all. And so you've got Brave, you've got Chrome, which is probably one of the top browsers. You have DuckDuckGo, you have Microsoft Edge, which is basically Internet Explorer redone, remastered.
Yeah.
You have Firefox, and then you have Safari. And so one of the things that I loved most about Brave was the ad blocking and the speed. And so if you look at the first bubble is invasive ads blocked. These are the ads that just will not stop, man. They constantly pop up on your side of your screen, or they'll pop up in their own little window. But it's it's constantly feeling like your computer or technology is creeping on you. It's man, I was talking about burgers the other day, and now all I can do is get burger ads. What is going on? I don't want to see this. Or me and my kids have talked about this a lot, where it overhears a conversation on TV or something grotesque, and then you start getting ads on things that you don't want ads on, right? And so that first bubble, invasive ads blocked, Brave has the strong protection for this. Chrome has a limited protection. DuckDuckGo has strong. Edge, Firefox, and Safari all have none. And so it's whoa, this is not cool, And so as I mentioned, there's a few things here. I'm just going to read off what they have in just this comparison list so you can see. But cross-site trackers blocked. If I input my information in one site, does it automatically try to input that information in another site to give me ads or to give me promotions to their services? Tons of websites and browsers do this. It's a marketing thing. Third-party cookie tracking blocked. Fingerprint blocked. Cookieless trackers. Malware and phishing protection, which we probably want to do a separate video about malware and phishing these days and how you can beef up your security on all of your devices. So stay tuned for that. Protections against bounce tracking, and then anonymized network routing, or a Tor mode. There's a lot to all this, and I don't know that I have time to go into everything, but that is just some high-level features on what we found was just super beneficial. Another thing I think I wanted Kaya to show, and he's got a screen that he can pull up. I like the home screen of Brave. Kaya, talk to us a little bit about this, what maybe some of your favorite things are.
Okay, so whenever you open this, it'll have one of their just sponsored backgrounds. So you have the time up here. You can change that. It shows you the minutes saved browsing. So I've saved 8 minutes so far,
Yes.
which is like opening up like YouTube or whatever. Because this is way faster than anything I've used. I think it's also built off Chromium or however
It
it's
is
called.
off of
Yeah.
the open source Chromium
Yeah.
language, and so that was something I was going to mention is
Yeah.
if you are a Chrome user or a Firefox user,
You just
it's going to be very
Yeah.
similar to the look and feel
Mhm.
and to the functionality. That is open source, and so if you are a technical person on this live, maybe that doesn't matter to you. Maybe if you're not technical, all that means is it's something that coders are able to go in. Work with and have access to, so they can build solutions, they can build security, they can build all these things. And so it's one of the reasons why it's so feature rich, is they're not having to reinvent the wheel. And so if something is available in Chrome under the extensions or add-ons, or in Firefox extensions or add-ons, or even Opera, other browsers like that, there's a good chance that it's available in the Brave extension and tool set. So that's something else that's cool.
Yeah.
There's some more here that Hezekiah was going to mention that I think is very neat. So the next one was like bandwidth saved. And so it compresses, it has a compressor on there. And some browsers do this these days. You see it on the phone quite a bit, but they compress the images down, or they'll cache a lot of things so that it pulls up faster. And so I thought that was pretty cool, especially if you're on a mobile plan or a traveling plan where you don't have a lot of data, or at the very least you don't want to chew up all your data just continuously browsing. It's giving you a scaled back version or an adjusted version to save bandwidth, and I think that's awesome. And then the last one, this is just I don't know, I think it's cool to me, but it's also eye-opening about how many trackers and ads we get day to day. But it shows how many of those that Brave has blocked just in this session alone.
I've only been using this for maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And it's already blocked almost 10,000.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
And another thing, if I open up, let's say YouTube, this little line right here, you can see how many ads it blocks.
Yes.
So it's just going up.
Yes.
It's just counting. But websites that you don't want it, I guess, to block, you just turn this off, which I never do. I always leave it on.
So I've had a few websites that Brave was a bit too aggressive for. And so as Hezekiah is mentioning, I've had to go to that lion in the address bar, and I've had to either turn off the shield so I can determine what's blocking it. And then once I find out what's blocking it, then I just adjust the shield. The safest way I would recommend, especially if you trust the site, only disable that shield or that issue just for that site. And so it's a special kind of entry that you'll make there. Whereas your shields would stay up for the rest of the sites. It's also kind of cheesy language, shields. But I think it's cool, nerd alert, we think it's neat that it's talking about it that way. Hezekiah was going to talk about another bubble on the far right side that I think a lot of people would find interesting. So go ahead and check this one out.
This one?
Yep.
Let me click it.
Yeah. So Hezekiah, one of his favorite features is the firewall and VPN that's built into it. And so I don't know about you, but one of the most popular that I've used in the past that I've actually enjoyed is the Nord firewall and VPN. It's very robust. I believe it actually will, obviously play with the browser, and it is available for Mac, of course. But, it is very... I don't know. I think it's wise of them to try to incorporate so much into the browser. So whether you're on your phone or whether you're on your laptop and you're browsing, now your VPN goes with you, and that's pretty neat. And so I think that was a very wise feature. And so if you are interested in checking out the Brave firewall and the VPN, it's right in there. Another thing that Hezekiah mentioned in the key features that I think is notable is the crypto wallet, as well as the Brave rewards. And so if you're still on the page, www.brave.com, and they're not sponsoring this video, by the way, and so we're just talking about something we like, and we wanted to share it with you. But here's 3 things that it also called out as part of its advanced features specific to privacy was their advanced security. So if you're a security guy, they've got built-in IPFS integration, onion routing with Tor, custom filter lists, and then you can click on the more security features and dive into that. Then they talked about Brave rewards, and Hezekiah was talking about this just for a minute. But it's an ability to earn crypto tokens for your attention. But this is something that, fully, you don't have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
None of this will bother you if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you opt into privacy-preserving first-party ads. And so these are companies that have worked on an agreement with Brave. And so, it's not trying to steal your information. It's something that you would opt into. And by opting in, you have a chance to earn those Brave rewards that, like Hezekiah mentioned, you can use to spend on other things.
Yeah.
And then if you're, I would call you an early adopter. If you're someone who's really been invested in digital currency, crypto tokens, all these kind of things, they have a wallet here. And the thing that I like about this is I hear so many people tell me that they lost like all of their cryptocurrency, or I had a friend tell me that he had, a few thousand in a wallet, but he doesn't have access to the wallet anymore. It's like, this is probably something that you would want to do right. Yeah. And so if you're diving into the crypto world and the digital currency world, I'd encourage you to do something like this to where you can get access to your wallet. That way, when your cryptocurrency, skyrockets, you're actually able to get into it and spend it.
Yeah.
And so, I think it's very, very cool and forward-thinking for them to include it here and to have everything protected. On that note, what I would say that I like about their protection is they have a little bit more of a robust password manager than, say, Google or Safari. If you are on a Mac OS device, so your phone would qualify as this, on iOS and all that, but your face print, your thumbprint, or your secure passwords are all going to be able to unlock that wallet, and so that a little bit of extra convenience there. And then it also helps you generate strong passwords, and so a lot of people don't realize how important that is. But I get things all the time from old accounts of, your password was compromised. You ought to consider changing. And so it's neat to have tools like this built in, and for them to be so easy to use in the browser. And then to that point, your wallet, your payment methods, all of those things locked down under an additional layer of security as well. And so that was something that I thought was really, really good with it. The last thing that I would say, and maybe Hezekiah can share a little bit about this too, is I like the ability to sync all of my favorites and other, maybe it's a website or maybe it's a favorites bar. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to sync your browser between your phone, other computer, or tablet, so that maybe search history is there, favorites bar, all of that. And so first you're going to go to the menu, and then you're going to go down to settings. And then on the left side, and as you can see here, there's a whole lot more that you can do. So you have a tab for rewards, you have a tab for history, bookmarks, downloads, your wallet at the top. Then on the left side, you have a way to change appearances. So if you don't like the black theme, which Hezekiah is using, you can change it to lighter themes. All of those features are there. You have the shield settings, the reward settings, social media blocking, privacy features, and then right after that, you get something that's called sync. So if Hezekiah clicks on this, we can click on manage our sync devices. And in here, you can see that Hezekiah has it paired to his iPad and his iPhone. But if you wanted to add a new device, you have a few ways to do this. And so he'll say add new device. And you get to pick, okay, what am I adding? Am I adding something that potentially has a camera, a back-facing camera, or am I adding a computer? And so in this instance, let's say iPhone or tablet. And I'm saying iPhone, please forgive me. If you're an Android user, same rules apply. Yeah. And so it's either going to give you the full sync code, which you'd have to either copy and paste or type in, or it's going to give you this QR code that adds all this for you. When you go to your other device, so your phone, you just be able to scan, sync it right up, and pull all that in. And so you can do it that way, or click view sync code. This is the full code, and so what it means by code is it's a group of phrases that makes no sense otherwise, but it's a way for them to be sure that the device that you're adding is in fact your device and you're adding it, yourself.
Yeah.
And so you'd go to, say your Android, your Google phone. I like the Google phones. You'd go to your Google phone. You'd either scan the QR code or type this in. After you install the Brave browser, go to settings, click sync, scan the code, or go to settings, click sync, paste the code. And then from here, so close out this window, and see down at the bottom where it says sync settings, you actually can determine what you sync in that device. And so if this is a device that maybe you share with someone, there might be something on here that you don't sync just because it's, maybe confidential information or, payment information, but like your bookmarks, extensions, things like that, you don't mind. History, things like that, right? I could see that being important in maybe a work environment where you share a PC, where you want some of the convenience of using a browser like this, but you don't want to have to find all the things that you were working in. So that would be a good use case for this. Otherwise, you'd click the sync everything bubble and go from there. And then as you see at the very, very bottom, you obviously can leave the sync chain or completely delete the sync account entirely. And so not many browsers give us that feature and functionality to have that much control. As you can see on the left, you've got the search engine choices. So if you are still a Google search person, you can obviously change that here. You've got other extensions you can add. You've got the Web3 autofill and passwords, which is what I was mentioning before. System is where you would find updates if you wanted to manually update the browser yourself. Yes, browsers need updates. You actually, if you don't do this manually, on the right side near where the VPN is, you would actually get a bubble. Depending on how delayed or how out of sync your browser is with the updates. I see this in Chrome and Firefox as well, but like green is like, hey, you just missed an update, just go ahead and knock it out. Yellow is, hey, it's been a while. Red is like, whoa, where have you been? What happened? And so when you click that button, it'll close out the browser. Usually it's saving the tabs that you have open, and then it pulls it back up with the latest updates. And usually that applies like security fixes, patches, things like that, stability. But this has been the Brave browser. I mean, Hezekiah, are there any other features that we didn't cover today, or any maybe top feature or top thing that you would like to call out?
Only thing I can think of is those who have a Android phone and a MacBook, or like a Surface or Chromebook, but also an iPhone. With this browser, you can sync it so you can have a computer that's not in your ecosystem but still connected to your passwords and all that on your browser.
Totally.
I think it's cool.
And so, what that makes me think of is, there are times that you've worked on your MacBook and then you pull out your phone and you see in your tray bar, you got your regular browser, but then it says browser on iPhone. That feature is only available to people in the same ecosystem. And so what Hezekiah is saying is, if he started browsing or doing something in the Brave browser on his phone, and then he went to a Windows machine, provided that they were synced together like this, he could then resume on the Windows machine from where he was on his iPhone or iPad. Like, that's huge. Like, that's awesome. So I don't know if that excites you like it does us. I think it's super cool. I also like it in the sense of, if Hezekiah and I were collaborating on a project, I might add him to my sync chain so he has all of my history and things like that. In a use case for this would be a tool. Let's say it's not Canva. Canva has collaboration. Adobe has collaboration. If it is a tool or program or something that doesn't have collaboration built in, this would be a way that you could collaborate, identify the things that you want them to have access in that sync chain, pair it up, let them do the work, and then when they're done doing the work, you'd remove it from the sync chain. So very, very cool call-outs, and we're very impressed with the browser. We've used it for a number of years off and on, but recently, kind of rediscovered it and, enjoyed it again. And so maybe you're asking, hey, this is all awesome. Tell me how I get it. And so we're going to put the link in our description, but you can also go to www.brave.com. And when you go there, it's going to be right at the top of the screen, and you get to pick what device you're installing on. Cool thing, for Mac users, once again, you may choose the option for Intel Mac if you're an Intel Mac user, or you may choose the option for the Apple Silicon if you're an M1, M2 Mac user. So kind of bear that in mind as well. And I guess just enjoy safe browsing, secure browsing, hopefully not too many ads about the burgers you were talking about the other night. And, just let us know if you have questions about the browser. We have used it for a while and can probably tell you where to go or what to do. And then let us know. Like and subscribe to this video and let us know what other types of videos that you'd like to see and if you'd like us to cover anything in more depth. But this has been Tech Tuesday with Abide Global. I'm Chris.
And that's the guy.
And we'll see you soon.